Hi guys, it's Michelle here. I'm here to share a little golden book that I did. I made a couple of them now, and they're completely inspired by Gayle Agostinelli. She's doing a series. She's doing a series right now on YouTube of the way that she goes about doing her little golden books from start to finish. And I just found it really inspiring. And I had already had a few of these books, so I thought I would give it a shot. So just a shout out to Gayle for all her inspiration to do them. So I'll just do a quick flip through of the Three Little Pigs that I've just completed. So here's the first part of it. There's a little tag in there. This first page is a little pocket, and it's got a little writing area that I just sewed onto a piece of fabric tissue, pattern tissue, sorry. It's pattern tissue. And there's a little collage with a little tag and a picture and yeah, so it just some little lace around the edge, and it just pop it into that little pocket there. And then this is a little book that I found. It was a children's book on nature and what animals are found where. I really loved all the colors in it, so I just cut out the images and sewed them onto coffee dyed paper, and that pops in there. This page here has got like a little lace and muslin embellishment. This is a little pocket here with a tag with coffee stained paper glued to the back, and it's drawer liner paper, so it's got a scent. Can't tell you what that one is, but they're really pretty. I've used a few of those in this book. There's all sorts of different paper in here. There's ledger paper, scribbler paper, tabs stapled on, scrapbook paper, lots and lots of fabric. I did a lot of sewing in this book. There's a little fabric flip with an image just glued onto some cheesecloth. And then inside here's a little envelope that's just velcroed into the pocket with a little note paper in there, and then that just pops back in there, and yeah, it just closes up like that. This was like an agenda pad, I'm gonna guess, for like, well, probably kids, but maybe not, maybe an adult or two. Lots of paper, different papers, like I mentioned. There's children's playing cards of some kind of game. So I just popped that on because, well, it's a pig, and we're doing the Three Little Pigs. The entire Three Little Pigs book is in here, the whole story, all intact and in order. And then this page here, I sewed it onto a piece of cardstock, and then I just cut out a little slit and then pop that envelope in there, and it's got just some washi in the corners there to relieve some of the stress on the corners. They were starting to go. So, and in the little envelope I just placed a couple of little playing cards. I really like the image on those cards, so I used them. And then that flap just pops right into there, sort of. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, these go in better if you hold the page up. Anyway, just pops in there like that. This page here has just a little bird postcard. Lots of wrapping paper. This wrapping paper I just sewed onto a piece of coffee dyed paper. Matte page, lots of lace, lots of sewing. Scribbler pages. I did a little bit of stamping. I don't have a lot of stamps, so I just kind of used what I have, and just to sort of embellish the page a bit so they're not all kind of boring. And the storybook page, I just folded those to fit properly. Scrapbook paper. Here's a little fabric flip that flips like that, and then the little envelope inside. It's got the coffee dyed paper. This is more of that drawer liner paper. It's got a little button brad on the end there. It's really cute little brad. And that just pops right back in there. Doesn't attach to anything. And then some more scrapbook paper, some washi, some rickrack. There's a little flip in the corner here, a little envelope with an image, and coffee dyed paper glued to it. And that pops in there. Some blue dyed paper. And then this little card just popped into that pocket. And lots of different paper. This is a pocket here. There's nothing in it. Some little prompts from an old daytimer I had. I just took it apart and the pages were still in great shape. So prompts, you know, like movies to see, and gives you a bit of an idea of what to do with a junk journal. Just some of the things you can do, you know, and maybe put a pocket here and add your tickets that you know, you got when you went to see the movie and stuff like that. Piece of music paper with a napkin Mod Podged and some pom-pom trim. It's really cute little pom-poms. Anyway, it's really pretty. This is parchment paper here meant for calligraphy. It's really nice paper. It's really good paper. So you could use anything on it. You could use pen, marker, crayons, whatever. This is a little like a little safe or paper clip. As soon as I turn on the camera, I forget my words. And a little piece of note paper. This is the middle of the signature with the envelope sewn in. It's got a little kind of like a little journaling card tuck, and it's got tucks. And this little item was inspired by Izzy B Creations. She makes these, and they're really pretty. So I made a whole bunch. I didn't really use you know, I used funny paper, but I think it works okay in this book, this really glossy paper. And yeah, so, and then that just pops right in there, in that little envelope there. Some more music paper. This is a wrapping paper with a little card inside, sewn to coffee dyed paper. And this has a little bulb pin with a little purple button on it. Should have brought my water. A little pocket here with a scrapbooking paper inside. You can do anything with this. You could probably fold it in half and you know, add some scrap paper to make another little booklet out of it. It's pretty paper. I put it in there because I thought the colors went really well. A little tab with that same book scrap, you know, image. There were a ton of butterflies in this book, so I used them to decorate, you know, the image. I used most of them. And then there's a little tag, like a Franken tag, with a corner. Some more scrapbook paper, a little fabric flip here, and this tag inside was actually inspired by Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures. She did a tutorial. Mine is not anything like hers. Hers are beautiful. Well, not that this is ugly, but I didn't have any vellum, so I just used a piece of plastic to cover the image. And well, I wasn't really all that 100% impressed with the images I chose. It still worked, so I thought I would just pop that in there because I like that. Anyway, the tag matches this page. And then, anyway, sorry. So, some more of the book. This is kind of like children's scribbler paper. And like I mentioned, I don't have a lot of stamps, so I just used what I had. Lace-edged pages, wrapping paper, more writing spot paper. Here's a little tuck or pocket with a little card inside. And then this page has a like one of those foldy envelope things. It is the drawer liner paper once again. That stuff is so beautiful, and I have lots of it, so I really like using it. It's so pretty. And then that just pops right in there. And then another one of those cards from that children's deck, you know, with the number on the back there. And scrapbook paper, some more ledger paper, coffee dye paper, some muslin and lace, another one of those images from that book. I don't know if I should put it like this for you or like this for you. I don't know how you see it. I guess I'll have to figure it out. This page here is actually a pocket, and it's got 3 little note papers in it that I just attached with a brad. This brad is from Kelly Snow's shop. It's Bygones something. She's got those brads. They're kind of like pearlized. Anyway, they're really pretty, so I got those. So that's the end of the first signature. Into the second signature now. Some more wrapping paper. Blue dyed paper. This is from a Victorian lady's like address book. So I just use those pages in there. Scrapbook paper, more of that scribbler. Napkin Mod Podge to music paper with the pom-pom trim. And this one here is a little tuck. On this pocket I just added some scrap paper. I just sewed it. I just cut out the scrap paper and rounded the corners. Distressed the edges. Excuse me, sorry. And then sewed them on, and the reason I did that was because there's an image here that I wanted it to still be visible to you, so I just popped that in there. And then here's another one of those pages with the slits, and it's got coffee dyed paper, cardstock, and then the lace, kind of like a lace hinge. And they go in best, I think, when you hold it upright, the page upright. Anyway, some more scribbler paper, scrapbook. There's from that woman's address and telephone book. Ledger paper, and this is from a deck of children's cards. I thought that was kind of cute. Pigs being appropriate for the Three Little Pigs. Storybook page. Here's another prompt, restaurants to try. Scrapbook paper. This tag here was coffee dyed paper and then embossed, and then I used my distresser stamp to kind of color up this edge. It's got some book page, some music paper, and then some images from a magazine, and that just slips behind that glassing bag. And then this little tag with the little monkey on it, and there's some writing spot in the back. And then, you know, applique, lace appliques there. Some more writing spots, the book, paper, lots of different kinds of paper. Another fabric flip, and then this one has coffee dyed paper, and then this one has the lilac drawer liner paper, and this one smells like lilacs. So that's really pretty paper. A lot of different smells in this book. All the different papers. A little hidden writing area there. And then here's the middle of this signature. I love the simplicity of this middle. There's a little flower charm and a little owl charm on there in the middle. Then another one of the hidden journaling spots. Another fabric flip, and this is another that drawer liner paper with a completely different smell, and that just pops right into there. This is a little tag, a little globe tag that's just paper clipped onto the map page. No wrapping paper, I just sewed them onto coffee dyed paper, and also this scrapbook paper I sewed onto there, or coffee dyed paper. And then this is scrapbook paper with a little tuck right there, a little tag of the world popped in there. This is just lace scraps that I just sewed onto there. give it a little bit of color. And then some more. Lots and lots of writing spot in this journal. Writing spots. Another one of those cards from the Funny Farm for the pigs. And then the address and telephone book. Paper. Here's another one of those little book that I just did. So I just did the scrap paper. I just, you know, rounded the corners and then sewed the bunch onto some more drawer liner paper. That one doesn't really have a smell anymore. It was kind of old when I bought it, so I got that particular one from a thrift store. The other ones are all brand new. This little pocket has a long, skinny strip or tag. I guess you could use that for journaling. And then that just pops in there. I would struggle with that one. And then almost at the end, we've got some more papers, some more paper, and then some rickrack and more wrapping paper. And that's the back. And I just left it blank because, like I think I mentioned it in this video. It could have been all the previous videos that I did of this one. This book was in really great shape, so I didn't really have to do a whole lot. I just put that there to cover the UPC code. Otherwise, yeah, it was in pretty good shape. So I just pretty much left it, and then did the buttons along the spine, and that's my Three Little Pigs Little Golden book. It will be up in my Etsy shop. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye.